To all stakeholders of Faith Academy of Freestone, I am writing you today to share my heart and to give some clarity and direction with regards to Faith Academy of Freestone and the future of the school and ministry. It is unfortunate that rumors have begun to spread about the imminent closure of the school. By no means has this decision been made, as I do not see that to be a board decision, but rather a collective decision of the families represented by the students and the faculty. The board is elected by the parents of the school at large and as such is responsible for seeking a collective decision and direction from the parents of the school regarding the future of this work. Status quo. As of now, the school has been struggling financially for the past 2 years, but God has supplied every need up till now. The past 2 months have been incredibly difficult financially. We have felt the absence of some key supporters over the past couple of months. That, in conjunction with a decline in tuition dollars coming in, has contributed to a situation where the school is in arrears of about $60,000 in payroll due to teachers earned through April 30th. This situation, combined with payroll needs to be funded through the beginning of the school year, which is scheduled to begin the fiscal year 7/1 through 6/30, has pushed Faith Academy into some serious reflection on what it looks like going forward. At a minimum, Faith Academy needs about $150,000 in funding to pay teachers for the pay earned already and through the summer until the new school year tuition is proposed to start. There are some businesses that are willing to contribute to our plight, but it would be malfeasance to proceed in collecting those funds without a firm plan moving forward. In addition to the payroll allowed, there is approximately another $100,000 in overall debt. This is not the only hurdle for us going forward, however. Faith Academy has recently received resignations of Ms. Franklin and Ms. Sanders for reasons that are not necessarily tied to the financial issues of the school. I believe that Ms. Franklin is firmly committed to seeing the school succeed and move forward. Both have dedicated themselves to seeing the school through the end of this school year, and for that we are most grateful. In addition to their resignations, however, in the past few days we have received additional resignations from board members, leaving the current board with only 2 members and 1 member-elect. The 2 remaining board members are Mr. McAdams and myself. The member-elect is Ms. Wolf. Mr. McAdams and I are committed to seeing this through and facilitating the collective decision of our parents going forward. Faith and hope. Hebrews 11:1 tells us that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. This is firmly where Mr. McAdams, a substantial portion of the faculty, and I find ourselves. We have faith and hope for this work, for the kids, for this school. While the financial struggles are real and must be addressed, we see so many victories in this work, this school, which gives us hope and faith. The plays held Friday evening are proof of his hand and the work he has done in the lives of these young people in this school. The successes in the sports program this year are evident with the growth of our athletes. The relationships made and flourishing of so many of our students make his hand evident. Even the grace that our faculty has shown the students in this school amid their own financial storms make way for his glory and proof of his hand. As I have had discussions with families, faculty, and even some students, the passion and desire for this work called Christian education is affirmed. Even in discussions with retired teachers and current teachers in the public ISDs, as well as members of our community, there is an underlying desire for this work to continue. It is hard for me to contemplate or accept failure and see this work close, where yet there is a remnant available and ready to push through and fight for this work. After all, our school mascot is the warrior. Will we stand up and be warriors, or will we retreat under pressure? What will we teach our children and the students through this hardship? Will we teach them to back up and give in when things get hard? Will we teach them to turn on our brothers and sisters and seek what is in our own best interest? Will we teach them to wait upon the Lord or to give up and move on to the next thing? What do we expect to receive from such a name as Faith Academy Warriors? We created a self-fulfilling prophecy in our very name that we would have to fight and war against the evil one to get this established and make it work. I heard an ex-Navy SEAL that had turned to the ministry compare the salvation or life change of someone for Christ to our armed forces going in and taking back, freeing hostages held by the enemy. Does that not enrage the enemy and cause them to contemplate further action? Does that not invoke them to an offensive? Winston Churchill once said, "There's something going on in time and space and beyond in time and space, which whether we like it or not, spells duty." I see this work called Faith Academy of Freestone and Christian education as a duty to our children, to our community, and to our world. This is a duty that we have picked up and don't feel we should put down lightly. Pushing forward, I think it is fitting that the ending of the evening Friday night was the ending play of the evening Friday night was of Moses and the children of Israel leaving Egypt. God made promises to his people, but so many times during their exodus from Egypt and their time in the wilderness did they question and complain against God. Even Moses did as well. I personally had no idea that this was the basis of their play. Yet as I had prayed and sought the Lord over the last few days, I felt God impress upon me this story overall, and that while Moses was not able to lead the children of Israel into the promised land, there was a Joshua who was able to, and indeed, thrive and take dominion over the enemy. In many ways, we are at that crossroads, and we collectively need to decide a path going forward for the future of our children. The future of Faith Academy currently looks much different than it does today. With the current board resignations and the resignations of the administration, there must be, at minimum, a reorganization of the school. The question remains if this work seeks to secure funding from our community or if we will look to close the school and reorganize. I fully support this work moving forward. When I say work, I mean classical Christian education, where the entire child is fed. Mind, body, and spirit. So there are two possible ways forward that I see before us currently, which I would like for each of you to consider and for us to discuss collectively this Saturday, May 17th at 10 a.m. proposed to be in the school cafeteria. We urge each family to be present or to make every effort to be present. If you cannot, I ask that you reach out to Mr. McAdams or myself to discuss your thoughts, wishes, and intent. This school can proceed, but this means coming together as a body and working together as it so states in 1 Corinthians 12:27. We must ask that you be in prayer and earnestly seek the Lord for what is in the best interest of this work as well as your family. So option 1. Faith Academy moves forward under its current organizational structure. We would seek to secure funding for the remainder of the school year of at least $150,000 over the next 3 to 4 months. There are some area businesses willing to make some notable investments in the form of sponsorship dollars, pending our decision on how to proceed. The exact amount is yet to be determined, but there is commitment. My personal belief is that if we decide to proceed, God will make provision. We will need to find a new administration. At this point, there has already been one individual step forward that could fill the daily business management of the school. We would need to find a solution to the educational side of the administration. 3, we would need to fill 4 board vacancies at this time. 5, we would need to make additional payment arrangements for the existing debt that is not currently under a payment agreement. Next, we would need to secure enrollment for the 25-26 school year and begin making tuition payments on a 12-month payment plan, preferably under ACH, beginning July 1st, 2025. This would allow us to start paying 25-26 school expenses out of 25-26 tuition funds. We would continue with the current tuition plan and structure of $6,500 per student. We would continue to solidify the fundraising event plans that the Fundraising and Event Committee have worked hard to establish for the 25-26 school year. We would need to finalize the establishment of an oversight committee and marketing committee. Option 2. Close Faith Academy of Freestone and look to establish a new school entity. Mr. McAdams and I would work to properly close down FAF and return 25-26 deposit money, which is being held at this time. Parents would need to organize a new entity and establish a new board of directors, as well as seek a new nonprofit status. This would need to be done by 7/1 if possible, with the nonprofit status to be pending, as that can take 2 to 6 months. A business plan would need to be developed. Mr. McAdams and I would be more than willing to assist in the form of guidance in an advisory way. A new MOU would need to be discussed with FBC under the new board, or seek to find a new location. A new faculty or team would need to be established for the to retain or work to retain the current faculty. Establishment of a curriculum for the 25-26 year, and establishment of enrollment for the 25-26 year with commitment. Conclusion. I hope that each one of you have heard my heart through this letter and did not take offense, as none of it was intended to be offensive. This is truly intended as a frank disclosure of our status, a rally cry, and to provide a way forward. I look forward to seeing you at our school meeting on Saturday, May 17th. Please call if you have any questions. My name is Tony Atkins, Board President, Faith Academy of Freestone.